the Kenyan music industry, the streets were in an uproar.
Again, for the second week in a row, man.
Because somebody did a whole tweet and just like vague post. Not it wasn't a vague post, but it was just a tweet and drop mic situation. And it had the streets divided. So basically, Kwemzi with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You're not counting the
five
Ys.
Ys.
What are we doing here, man? This is a professional broadcast. Are you counting Ys?
So Kwemzi with 5 Ys on Twitter says, "I'm not paying above 3K to see an artist perform. Acha ntamskizia Spotify." And then there's a gif there of this lady doing period, because she said period and she dropped the mic. I'm trying to give people a pictorial.
I know you are.
Like,
I know you are.
I'm really just trying to like paint the picture,
Exactly.
Sam.
Yeah.
So anyway, it got the streets divided. So I'm reading through the comments, and for the most part, like the people who just consume music, they're like, "Yo, you're spitting," because somebody was like, somebody was even saying like 2K is even doing too much in the comments. People were saying in this economy 3,000 is a lot of money, so it's gonna be tough, and that's a valid point. Like, I get it. I get.
It's a valid point if you only look at the consumer's perspective.
If you look from the consumer's perspective,
Yeah.
for real. Let me see. Somebody said like with 500 they could even redeem like
No, you
booze
can't.
and stuff like
Nah,
that.
that's someone who's just trying to
This
be
person
divisive.
said they
No, you
ain't
can't.
paying to see anybody. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, like,
It's across the board, yeah. Different answers.
And then now on the other side, there was a bunch of artists and artist managers who were like, "Damn, okay, like now if you guys wouldn't pay
Just a
3K,
measly 3, though.
then
you don't have 3
then
for me.
what would you pay for? And
Yeah.
and what's the price point?" And other people like me were like, "Okay, then how are artists supposed to like grow as well as give you all like good good shows and like good moments, and give you more immersive experiences that are outside the music if there's not enough money to work with?" I don't know. How do you feel about like this whole situation? But it is a fair representation of how Kenyans view going to shows and how much they're willing to spend.
I mean, this whole thing is just teaching me that I don't think we put, and it's something we talk about a lot, but then I don't think we put value on. We don't value art. We don't value art in itself. We only value our view of it is what perceived value can I get of this art, rather than is this art valuable in itself. Because if the art is valuable in itself, it doesn't matter what. I mean, if you look at paintings, right, there's people who just go up there and they're just doing whatever, just dip the paintbrush in a bucket of paint and splash it, call it 6 million and go home. And someone who values...
Or duct tape a banana to a wall.
Yeah. That's actually very inventive. I don't think anyone will think of that. And someone, or have an invisible... Have you seen the invisible sculpture?
No.
It went for like over $1 million.
It's money laundering, but that's a pod for
It's
another
wash.
day.
It is wash.
It's a pod for another day.
No, so now someone who's like very in, now of course we can, that's where it gets nuanced, right? And people will say, okay, is your value of art the same as my value of art? That's a different conversation. Someone who values that kind of art, values that kind of painting, squiggly line over essentially a white background in the middle of their minimalistic living room, would want to pay that much because they value the art in itself. Somebody like the young lady with the Ys would look at that as a little bit like, that's too much. Like, why? Because all that art is doing is sitting on the wall. It's not really doing anything for me personally, right? And so I think that's what this whole conversation is about, is whether art is valuable in itself, and what are we supposed to value it as, and what are we supposed to pay for it in terms of concerts in this sense, versus am I getting my money's worth when I am at a concert, And then that raises the question: what are you looking for, like when you go to a concert? Like I'm asking, like
Or what am I looking for?
exactly? Like when you anticipate like an artist who you're rocking with, right? And you're going to a concert, what exactly do you want from them?
What do I want good singing first. First and foremost,
Hey, yo.
that's my thing.
Yo, get the notes right.
Yeah.
Y'all practice with the band
for
at
me,
least a
like-
week before.
But I feel like I'm not too fussy. I just want like a good experience. I want to see the artist like actually like perform the songs. So when it's just like backing tracks the entire time,
That
then
was the value. That
then
was the
I
value of
might-
it for you.
Yeah, then I might as well just listen to the music back home, right?
Okay. So then, so in that case, the added value is the accompaniments that the person brings. So
Yeah.
the band,
And
visuals,
then also if
bottles
an
of
artist,
water that they like throwing on people for some reason. Y'all need to stop that too.
What?
Yeah? I'm not going.
Oh,
I'm not,
throwing the water.
Yeah, you need to
Nah,
stop.
that's
it needs
so
to
cool.
stop.
No, don't
and some
stop that.
Some songs don't be needing that. Like there's no the songs that I've seen people throw bottles of water that there's no hype. It's guitars. Like, you don't need to be throwing bottles of water.
Tam, Musana.
Like what? Why am I wet all of a sudden? Like this is not the song for that. Anyway, yeah, artists just need to stop doing that. Stop doing that with the theatrics.
Hilarious. Anyway,
And one of these shows, sorry, before you go again, I hope you remember your point. One of these days, someone's
I'm
phone is
going
going
to
to be
forget.
thugged. Someone's phone is going to be stolen. Because all I see these days is the artist going up and picking a phone and then doing the thing. One of these days, someone is going to leave with a
I
phone that's
always
not
wonder how
theirs.
they know who to give it back to.
It's the person who is like, yo, that's my...
Okay, yeah, actually, fact.
It's the person who's like, fam, I'm about to kill you. Give me my phone back.
Yeah, the
Anyway.
other and then I want to see like different arrangements. You know, like you've taken the liberty to actually arrange the song differently and make it more conducive for a live setting,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So I like seeing that. I don't particularly care if there's pop-up. Like I know people care if there's like, oh, there's this vendor like selling
I mean, you don't go
clothes
for, yeah,
and
you don't really
fashion.
go for the...
But people care about that stuff.
apart from merch.
Me personally, much, yeah, for sure. But like me personally, I don't really care for it. Like if it's not there, I wouldn't like be like, oh my god, it was so boring.
You're missing out. You're there for the artist. And the
Me
music.
mostly, I'm there for the artist and the music, but I don't think I'm representative of like a bunch of people who do shows. But yeah, I want that, and then I want a show that starts promptly. Right?
It's a lot to ask.
Yeah, that's not a lot to
That's
ask.
a lot to
like,
ask.
start on time,
You
and
know what
then
continent you live on.
and then also don't just be there for 30 minutes. Like for me, the sweet spot is if it's like an hour to an hour and a half. Like if it's a main act.
Hey, yo, some artists have good music, but they don't have an hour good music.
That's
That's
also
the
true.
thing.
That's also,
Some artists have good
okay,
music, but they
there
don't
I
know how
can
to
say
do that.
maybe I'm asking for too much.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, like I mean, if you're a well cataloged artist, give me an hour. Give me a nice hour. Give me a nice hour of like condensed like with
Why do you feel like
greatness.
45 minutes is a good? Because then you leave the people wanting, and then the remaining 15
45
minutes is for repeating the one that
Okay,
you know the
sour. We can say that. Yeah, we can. That's a healthy compromise.
guys be planting guys in the crowd. Look, I'm sound like I'm anti-artist.
Also,
You guys plant
obviously-
guys in the crowd
Okay,
to say,
and
give me
then-
an encore.
to sing the encore. And then also, I want to feel secure in the environment.
And go home with my phone,
I
please.
want to go home with my phone,
Preferably
and-
undrugged.
preferably. Well, and
Not
then-
preferably. Oh, I mean, all right, man.
And then also like, okay, fine, yeah. I as much as I said, I don't really care for the vendors. Obviously, if I was hungry, like there could be something nice to eat. But I say all this to say all that
Do you think
is way
that's
more
exactly
than
what I was
paying
getting
for.
at.
Like you're not gonna like
If you're looking
pay
for a
a
good
thousand bob for an experience like that has all of that stuff.
keeping in time that, I mean, money and time go together, right? So the time that it takes to plan all these things and all that stuff, of course, now you can divide it. It's like,
And security as well.
it's like economics. Like if you're going with a matatu, it's a lot cheaper because there's many people paying for it. Which could be the argument against what you're saying is there's more people paying for this. Of course, if you reach your target in terms of like capacity. So the price should be cheap enough rather than taking a cab, which is going to be like premium prices.
Yeah.
But then you do get a better experience. But what you're saying is true. Man. There's just so much that goes into it.
And good sound and good lighting costs money.
It costs money. What else is there? There's a lot that happens, and so when
A good stage costs money, and also like
Just a good show as well. Planning the show, which sometimes involves more than the artist. You have to like hire people of the venue to like figure out or planners, stage managers to make everything go smoothly. There's a lot that goes into the show. So when you say that, all right, I can't do I can't do a show for like let's be extreme, like say like 2,000 shillings, right? I'm not paying 2,000 shillings for a show. The 1,000 that you're going to pull out, the 500 that you really need, what kind of show is that really, right?
I
What
know.
I feel like in our environment, because we were talking about this before, in our environment, like 1,500 is like a good, it's on the cheaper side. 2,000, 3,000
I feel like 2000 is also now like
becoming
really
like a,
becoming on the cheaper
yeah.
side. But 3000 seems to be where people draw the line. And I think that's why, but you see, it's always a class topic here. Because I think that's also why like a lot of these like UNTS events have a specific demographic who go for them.
Always, you'll see the same people over and over and over
Because
again.
they
Yeah.
are more comfortable paying price points that are above 3K, like 5K. But then also, and I don't know if I'm wrong for saying this, like especially the guys who go for like kunye or and stuff like that, they always come out of it saying, yo, that was a good experience. Like I always go on Twitter and a lot of them say, wow, I really enjoyed, like that was a really good,
Yeah.
well
Those are the
curated
people who
experience.
value that art.
Because also the money is being spent to do a bunch of all this stuff that we are talking about,
Yeah.
right? And so, you know, like that's the thing. And I think one other thing that might lead to this is when you're talking about the value of music and how Kenyans might not value music as much, is historically, I feel like Kenyan art has been under monetized.
Say more words.
So, for example, like Kenyans are more comfortable listening to free music on
Okay, yeah,
YouTube,
freemium. Yeah.
right? We're listening to free music on the radio
Yeah.
or on TV, right? And
Even when it's not supposed to be free. Mhm.
even when it's not supposed and then also like shows have historically not costed as much. Now I know we are in a rough time economically, so I also understand that maybe entertainment might not be on the top tier of priorities for a lot of
Yeah,
Kenyans
yeah.
as well,
Which
right?
is
Which is
that's part
valid,
that's
which is
I think that's a
valid.
major part of the conversation as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because right now I think people have way more on their plate than just entertainment. But then also the other side of things is, yeah, but you know, artists also want to give these good experiences, but where really are you getting the funds to do so? And then also it's very, very hard for artists to convince brands and sponsors to invest money into this stuff, because it's like a toxic loop, because also they are also taking a risk, and if a lot of Kenyans are unwilling to spend,
Yeah.
then a lot of sponsors are unwilling to spend as well, I feel like, because then what's the
Yeah, because
return on
sponsors
investment
again, sponsors
there,
are looking
you know?
at numbers proof. That's all they look at, right? It's numbers proof. Can you guys bring out as many? Because that's all it is. 100 people are coming. That's 100 shillings or whatever amount that is, right? And so we can work with those numbers. So that's what they look at. If the sponsors aren't there, a lot of the time, the type of shows, especially in our climate, the type of shows that people may want to throw. I mean, all the time we talk about like artists need to do more in terms of shows. Like it needs to just stop being an artist goes up to stage. There's like one or two dancers and like a couple of lights in the back. Like we need to see a lot more in innovation, and artists can't do that off the returns from 20K listens on a song on Spotify. Like it's not going to work. So sponsors are an important part of it, but then now sponsors also need, that now becomes more of a business conversation, and you do need proof, and you do need to spend money to make money, essentially is what it is.